Hello everyone and peace of Christ to all of you. This will be a short video. A person he asked me a question and he was afraid to ask it when I was in life. Actually, this is what made him think about it. We were talking about marrying. You are being poor and getting married. Is it good? Is it bad? His case is different. He is not poor at all. He is old. So he's saying, first, you can leave your comment, but any comment will be insulting this person will be deleted, because he was afraid actually to ask the question when it was live, because he said he knew people will start insulting, calling him names, like especially we talk about Muhammad, etc., Aisha. Just to make it clear, the title say in the age of his daughter, but his daughter, she is 29. All right. So yes, she is in the age of his daughter, but she is not a child. She is a woman. So he is marrying a woman. So now he's saying, do you think it's good for a person to marry a woman? Maybe I should have changed the title, make it a woman, not a girl, because people, they might misunderstood. At the age of my daughter. See, there is many things. Can be good, can be bad. I believe it's good for the women more than good for the man, and I will explain why. A grown man, he is old in age, he is way more wise than a young man. You know, a young man, he will not really too much appreciate maybe having a wife. She is good to him. So the first thing is, he will notice that an older man, he will appreciate a younger woman, and he will spoil her. He will do his best to make her happy, because simply he knew that he is old and she is young. Another way, he will work hard to keep himself in her eyes a qualified person to be the husband she wants. What is from the other side? The women. Well, he said in his email he is very healthy. He can run for a mile easy. So physically, actually, he is not old. I mean, there is many men who they are at 20 years old, they cannot run for a mile. So your age will be counted if your age is going to affect your marriage in every way, without going in details. But if you are healthy, everything is fine with you, and she like you the way you are, she like how old are you, she understand that, I don't see a problem. But there is some questions you need to ask yourself first. Why this woman, she agreed to marry you? I mean, what make a woman agree to marry a man? He is, let us say, 29 years older than her, or 25 years older than her. There is always an answer, but usually the answer will come to our mind is money. That is the most common answer. So you need to check out first, is she marrying you because you are not poor? Maybe because she is poor? What make her agree to marry you? Is that because how good you are? She's in love with you? There is a reason, right? So we always have to question the reason. If the reason is good, this marriage will be good. If the reason is bad, this marriage will end bad. And by the way, what you see in the screen, this is a painting, which is amazing. I mean, I don't know how an artist can make a paint like this. It's almost real. Very, very amazing. So, many men, especially in Western countries, when they grow older, they will have difficulty to find a wife. Let us say his wife, she passed away, or let us say he got divorced, etc. And life is not over for him. He is still healthy, he is fine, he is stable. So he want to have married, he want to get married, nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to be in such an age to be used and fooled by someone, destroy whatever security you have. You know, we hear many stories about a man, he marry a young woman, and then she take his money, and then she dump him in the street. Tons of stories. So before you go to such a step, see if this woman, she is willing to marry you after you sign a document that if she divorces you, she get nothing. If she is willing to sign those documents, well, then obviously she is not after your money. But if she refuses, well, then this is the plan. The plan is she marry you for a few years, and then she asks for divorce, and then she asks you for whatever money she can get and get rid of you. So you have to be careful, and nobody really can make decision about this marriage except you. But for me, I cannot judge you because you are old and she is in the age of your daughter. She is a woman. As long as she is a woman, she is not a child, you know. You are marrying a woman in the age of, you know, maturity. And we are not, we cannot say you are a bad person. You are a person who want to have something right. Otherwise, you know, a rich person, as he described himself, a rich person have money and he is old. So, you know, if he is a bad person, he will not go to marry. He can have a you know, an escort, as they call them, every day if he want. You know, very beautiful women. They are in the business of filth. So you seeking marriage doesn't make you bad. Make you you know, actually a good person, and living a stable life as a husband and wife, that is wonderful. And maybe even you can have kids in that age, because you know, a man still, he can have children even if he is 70 or even 80. I don't know how old is he, but you know, that's what he said. Maybe he's 65, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, people will judge you for sure, and that's why I disabled the chat, because you were afraid that people will start judging you for marrying a younger woman. But actually, you know, I will give you an example of marriage. I mean, this is a very famous person, and actually, he is a president, and in a very, you know, advanced country. Not like it's not like he's an Arab, or you know. This is the president of France. His wife, she is 60. I think he is 40 something. So there's like almost 20 years all, you know, different between them. 20 years different. Now this man, we cannot say he's marrying her because he need her. He's successful already. It's obvious. So, you know, they love each other, and they found, usually it's the opposite. Usually the man is the one who seek marriage from a younger woman, and there is many reasons for that. But it can be too that a man, he marry an older woman, 20 years older, but she is a woman, not a child. She is a woman. He is not a child. He's a man. So can such a marriage be successful? Yeah, it can be. It's about how decent the person you are going to marry from, the way they've been grow up in their family, what their parents they taught them when they are young. Is cheating, is using, abusing, is part of their what they learn. If all those things are not exist, which means they are coming from a good family who taught them that a woman, the second she agreed to marry a man, she should preserve his honor, protect him, and the same for the man, then I don't think you will have a problem. And actually, I believe that a man who is going to marry a woman, she is way younger, and if she is from a poor country, you know, you better, you know, not to mention to her anything about how much money you have. And maybe it's better to make her, I'm not saying deceiving her, but don't make her think that you have money. Let us see if she will marry you, if she believes that you are a poor man. Because if she is willing to marry you and she thinks you are a poor man, for sure this woman, she wants you, not your money, because you don't have it. because the reason which can make you worry why this woman she want to marry you, or let us say a woman she want to marry you so she can go to America or Australia. I think he's Australian. Uh, uh, well, you tell her, I'm not going to go. We will live in your country. We will never go live there. So she is not going to be an immigrant. Tell her, I will never file papers for you to get, citizenship. So she knew now that the hope of going there is not there. So if she agrees still after all of this that she will marry you, well, obviously, for now we cannot say anything except that this woman, she like you, she want you, and she see a lot of things to appreciate on you. Always try to isolate the reasons of you being used. What some women want. Not all women, they are after money, but she is young, you are old, she will marry you. The question is why? She's in love with you? That have to be proven. And the only way to prove it, if you are stripped from all the tempting, let us say, reasons for her to marry you, like money, maybe citizenship, etc. If you strip those reasons out of this relationship, then my throat is not good. Then I think this relationship can be healthy and can be successful. Too bad I did not, I did not open the chat because this is what he requested. He said people will insult me. They will start saying perverted man, etc. No, I don't see any. You are perverted if you are marrying a child. You are marrying a woman. You are marrying a mature woman in the age of a woman. If she agree to marry you and she like you and you like her, this is your business. But I know if you walk in society, especially in Eastern society, always people judge you and judge her because this is how they are. They will judge you, doesn't matter, like now, if you look at the those couple in the screen, the president of France. I mean, how in the world someone he is 40 years old, he is marrying someone she is 60 years old? All right, this is the first question people was. This is how they are. But if he is the person who is doing it, he will not ask the question. It's like when somebody is bad looking, and let's say, if we can say the word bad, like bad looking, people will make fun of him. But what if you are the one who is bad looking? What do? You will not do that, right? Yeah, so people, they like to judge and they like to put you down, no matter what you do. But my friend, this is your life. If you can accomplish happiness in the right way without being a bad person, good for you. So my advice to this gentleman, I don't know if my internet working because it shows it is red. I cannot tell because the chat is disabled. Anyway, if I advise you, I hope she did not know much about your money, your income, or property you have. Try, I know how to put it. I mean, appear in front of her as a poor man. No fancy gifts, no fancy restaurants, act as a poor man, be a poor man. And then let us see if she is really after you as a man, which is poor, or after you as a man who is rich. Because this is what mostly, or in most scenario, happen. A young girl, she is looking for someone to take her from place to a place. You will see many women. I mean, you go right now, even actors, actress who they are very rich, still they will marry a person who is way more rich and he's older. There's people, they are greedy, they never have enough. So the person is rich already, she's an actor, or actress, sorry. and she have maybe she have all kind of things a woman she wish to have, yet they will be willing to compromise for the sake of the money. You don't want to be one of those who a woman compromise regarding your age just to get into your pocket and later she dump you. You know, we saw in the, like we don't want to compare the person with Hollywood, but we heard of directors who women sleep with him just to get a job in a movie. Yeah. So there's a lot of people, they are willing to compromise in order to get something. How far somebody can go, nobody knows. You know, for you, maybe she loves you, maybe she like you very much, maybe you're funny, maybe you're smart, maybe there's many things, many quality about you will make this girl don't see you as an old man, see you as you know, a very good companion and a wise person, etc. But be careful. I wish I can take questions, but as you see, we made the chat disabled, so nobody will insult the questionnaire or the questioner. However, for me, I cannot say to you that you are doing something bad, but I think it's better to get someone, she is a little bit close to your age, you know, not necessarily in the age of your daughter, I mean, maybe a little bit older. But if this is what you have, okay, maybe she is good. You never know. There's many women who marry an old man and they stay faithful with this person until he or she die. You need to examine it. You don't know. You know, marriage is something very. It's like a closed box. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I advise you, for the sake of your safety and security, there is as long as you live in the West, there is an option before you get married. You can ask the women to sign document before you get married, not after, that in case of the divorce, she have no right to ask for any money from this marriage. If she is really willing to sign this document, obviously this girl, she have no intention of marrying you for the sake of money, because she agreed. You know, here we go. You want my signature? All right, I will be there. That's it. I have zero money from you. So there is a way always to find out what this person he wants from you, because money always is the root of evil. You know, people do hurt each other, people kill each other, people do a lot of things for the sake of money. So take the money away and let us see if this relationship is going to sustain and stay good, and still she want to marry you. What if you tell her, we are going to rent a small house, you know, for, you know, like in the same way she live, she will accept? If she accept, that means she is humble and she is not looking for a fancy house. What if you tell her, I'm not going to take you to Australia, I will live in your country, rent little tiny house, place like your parents? She will like that? If she like it, that means she is not after citizenship, a passport, because people, they have many reasons to do things. So take off the bad reasons, and then you will stay with the good women. Because the good women, she will stay with you if you take all those reasons away from the table, and then she agrees still to marry you, then the intention is good. Always it's about intention. It's not about what we do. Intention, you know, you drive your car, you don't intention not to kill somebody, but when you are driving, you hit somebody and he die. But doesn't make you a killer, you know. Even your car killed somebody, but the intention what was just to drive, to go to work or to do shopping or etc. So intention in life is very important. You need to find the intention of anything people want to do, what they want. If the intention is bad, to hurt you, to take your money, take the reason for it away, and then if this woman, she is after your money, she will leave. She will not even say hello to you on the second day. You know, if she figure out that you are poor, oh, your credit card did not go through. Oh, why? I did not pay the bill. I don't have much money in the bank. Oh, okay. Well, okay, nice to meet you. Bye-bye. You know, because her intention was a person who have money. If the money is not there, then she will not be with you. At the same time, there's women who marry an old man, and he's really old, and he don't have money, you know, and he lived the same as she used to live with her family in her poor country. Still, she's good for him. I saw many people, you know. They have children, you know, they are fine. She don't complain. He have little, let us say the guy, he have little like a social security, like you know, a pension, like, you know, he got like maybe $600, $700 a month, and he live with it in her country. She's happy, he's happy. This is a real marriage, because she did not marry him. She knew already that person. He almost the same as somebody from her country, nothing much really different. So she married him obviously for a quality he have and she like. But if a woman she marry you and she knew that you are rich and she is bad, because still there is a girl she will marry you and you are rich, good for her, but she is a good person. But there is a woman she will marry you because you are rich, not because she want to marry you. She marry you because you are rich. So you have to take away that reason, so you will not be used, and one day, you know, they will throw you on the street. Just a year ago, I heard a story of a woman, not from Asia, she is in Europe. I'm not going to say which country because I don't want people to be offended. It's not about a country. People are individual. There is bad and good everywhere. So this woman, she married a guy who was way older than her, and she made him write in her name. He bought a big, huge apartment, very nice one. So she did not, sorry, she did not marry him. They are thinking to get married. They are not married yet. So this guy, he trusted her. She is very good. She's crazy about him supposedly. So she convinced him to buy a nice unit, very expensive unit, and put it in her name to show that how much he loved her. So he did. He did, you know, he wrote the apartment in her name. He paid the money. The apartment is her. They went to the apartment after they signed all the document in the lawyer office. They went inside the apartment. She said to him, "Give me the keys." He gave her the keys. He said, "Okay, bye-bye. Take care." What, you are kidding, right? You are joking. No, I don't want to see you again. Don't ever come here. This is my place, and I will not let you get in again. So don't let this happen to you. This poor person, he make a case. That's it. I mean, you know, you are a fool. You know, the law will not protect a fool. You sign willingly. You paid the money. It's in her name. The contract in her name. She is the owner, and that's it. Even if she can say in front of the court, yes, the money is his. So what? He gave it to me. It's a gift. He cannot take it back. So you don't have an argument to get your money back. So to avoid those things, you have to be, let us say, prepare legally and examine the person in a legal way to see the intention of this person. Is she marrying you for the sake of money, or she is marrying you because who you are? So don't make the same mistake as this person we mentioned in his story, you know. And actually, I think he put in her name more than maybe 80% of his saving, all his lifetime saving. So you can say almost this guy is destroyed. She fooled him. She made him believe that she is in love with him. He is way older. She is way younger. She is so beautiful, and the second she got what she want, she said to herself, why I want to waste 1 minute with this person anyway? I mean, what I have left in the bank is nothing almost. So she kicked him out, and she told him, you better go. I don't want to see you again. So she was patient with him, fooling him that he is amazing, he is the most amazing man, etc., until the plan is done, the fraud is done. And when she got what she want, you got to go. So I'm not saying to you the woman you are talking to or going to marry is the same. She might be a wonderful person, but take legal steps before you go there, and be sure that she is not after your money. You know, there's many people, they do things just to use someone. They don't want the person, they want what he have. That is all over in this in the life around us. And there is many people, they let us say, they don't see any shame in stealing the money of somebody. It's like a business for them. It's normal. It's what a big deal. I mean, what she will not feel guilty for a second that she did that to you. So, you know, like, your heart will be broken, your bank will be broken, your income will be destroyed, and you will feel so bad because you've been a fool. In the top of all of this, you cannot forget yourself that a woman, she did that to me and she did fool me. How, you know, how stupid this is. So you don't want to reach that point where you regret and you say to yourself, how in the world this has happened to me. So I cannot say it's bad to marry a younger woman. Actually, most of men, they marry younger women. I mean, 99% they marry younger women. And actually, it's better to marry for the women to marry older men, but not very old, because all, you know, men, they don't reach maturity so fast. So you will find somebody, he is 35 but still is acting like a teenage. Women, they get into maturity faster than men, usually, not all the time, but usually. So it's better always for a man, you know, to be older than the women. But because now we are speaking about a huge period of age between the husband and the wife, there's questions need to be answered. Do we share the same interest? She like to dance. Do you dance? Are you healthy? He said he is healthy. So I mean, there's many questions. You know, you need to ask yourself: Can I be up to be a husband of a young woman who go outside and see young men? Are you going to be jealous? Is it okay for you? Because you know what happened too, that older men, when they marry younger women, if their wife, she look anywhere, he thinks she is cheating, because he feel like he's not he don't have the qualification to be a husband. So if she smiled and looking in direction, he would say, you are smiling to who? Why you are looking at this guy? Because why always he feel that he have something missing? It is his age. She's way younger, he is way older. So are you ready to deal with that? Are you a person who is not stupid, who will not get jealous left and right because your wife is younger? And what about the wife? Is she really good to not to look at younger men? Compare them to an old husband she have? How good her qualification is too. For this is all is two-side relationship. It's not only one side. And as you see, you are afraid that people in the chat, they will judge you, they will call you names. So you already you have a phobia of being judged by people. So when you go on the street, so if you're afraid if in the chat somebody call you whatever name because you are marrying a younger woman, so when you are in real life, how you will deal with it? Because for me, it's not a good sign that you are afraid of him a chat. I mean, people do not know you. Who care? And people can say whatever you want, they want. Who care? Why even you want to care? So if you are not ready for such a experience, then stay away from it. Because you will see people in real life making judgment on you. You will see an experience where maybe a young man, he look at your wife and you are with her. What you will do. And maybe your wife, she look, but she don't mean anything. Are you going to feel that she is cheating? Are you going to judge her? Are you going to feel like you've been fooled? I mean, because this is the way to destroy your marriage. Because whatever she look, you are suspecting there is something fishy. You are old, she is young. So I don't know if it's going to be a very healthy relationship between an old person, a very way younger woman. There's going to be a lot of stress, I believe. But as I said, depend on the person, the wife, the woman you are marrying. Usually, marrying a woman from like a countryside, they are way better than, they are not really too much corrupt as in cities. Who women and men, they involve a lot of corruption, and they have dreams. They have dreams, dreams about richness, money, power, authority, etc. So a poor woman, she's from the countryside. She wants a husband who can provide, who take care of her children. He is not lazy, he is responsible. He's a real man. If you can find that women who have such a quality, I think that would be a very good marriage. If you find a woman usually who is, have her own interest, and you can tell actually, I mean, what is the woman interest in expensive stuff, fancy stuff, brand? Is she a person who asks you to buy her brands? Well, if she do, obviously she is seeking brands, not you. Is she a person who don't care if you buy her a gift or not? Is she a person who willing to eat with you a little sandwich in the side of the road? Or she is the one who like you to take her to a fancy restaurant and she complain even if you take her there? All those things will lead you into conclusion about who is this woman and what the chance for you to be happy and successful with her. So put all those things together, make a note. How happy she is if I give her a little gift for $1. $1. And how happy if it is, what is the response? Is she upset? Is she not talking to me as before? Obviously, she is after your gift, not after you. There's many ways to examine people and to feel their intention, and the easiest way is to try them, or let us say the best way, to try the person before you go into a real thing with them. Because if you don't try, you will not know. You see, everything in life, in theory, is different from reality. Like the moon is beautiful, but if we land you in the moon, you will see how difficult it is to be in the moon. Not only it's cold, not only it's very rocky, it is ugly. But there is millions of people wrote poetry about the beautiful moon. But is the moon really beautiful? In which way? So don't be a person who look at the moon from far distance and say how beautiful it is, because you are impressed with the face beauty. There is something more, more important than face beauty. Wait until you are landed, and then you will see something different. Like speaking about an area, before you go there is not the same as being there. Then when you are there, you will know and you can judge for real. Your judgment before that point is not good. So Take the reasoning which making you impressed with the women. And same for her. Take the reason which can be negative, like money, for her to be impressed by you. And let us see if she is still impressed. Maybe you are impressed because she is beautiful, right? She is beautiful, she is younger, okay. Think about other things. Take away those things. What is left? Let us imagine this woman after 40 years. What she is, what she will be. What if she is old? What you will like about her. Same for the woman who is getting to marry from an old man. You marry him now, let us say he is 25 years older than you. Well, after 20 years, he will be really, really old. So maybe now he is very healthy. He can walk with you. He can do things with you. But are you willing to be decent and to be a good wife for a man who maybe after 15 years he will not be able maybe to walk? Are you willing to be his nurse? Because you will end being his nurse. Is that okay for you? So those questions, both of you have to decide and see how much is true the decision is. Examine it. See if she can be your nurse now. You know, let us say get sick, and let us see how she nurse you. You know, let us see if she is going to be, how much patience she will have to be with an old man. Because always life in theory is different from life in reality. And people, they say we are willing to do things as long as they are not involved in it. You know, it's like politics. People judge a president for not doing this, not doing that, but if they are there, they might do worse. So examine all the questions we mentioned and see how far it can go. You see, like when a person is old and he marry a woman, she is, let us say, younger, but it's not too much young. I mean, both of you are getting older. So usually if a woman, she get, I mean, after, let us say, 10 years, she will be maybe 40. Okay, 40, she is still young, you know. And then you will ask yourself, or she will ask herself, now I'm 40, this guy is almost 75 or 80. Is it going to be the same? You know what I mean? Is it going to be the same? Is she willing to be with you at that age? Well, no. You need to ask yourself. You always see, you know, like old couples, they are living forever together, but not one of them became so extreme old and the other one, like one he cannot walk and the other one is way young. That can be dangerous, I believe. So you have to take that into consideration. After 20 years from now, how this wife, she will accept you, how much she will accept you. Because now she accepts you, fine, because now you are healthy, you can jump, you can swim, you can do things as a young man. But you are not young, remember that. I mean, you are doing it as a young man. Okay, are you going to stay healthy really for the coming 20 years? And if you are not, is she willing to be your nurse? Because this is what will happen. So I cannot really say anything to you except I raise the questions, and you are the one who will answer it, and you are the one who will examine it. Number one, is she after your money? Take the money away. Be the poor man. Ask her to sign document that she is not after your money. So legally she cannot ask for anything. Because if she agreed, that's mean obviously she is not after your money. She want to marry you. And for sure, if you want to marry her, if she love you, etc., she can have all the money you have, you know. But the worry is you will not be scammed as many people who end marrying younger and end homeless, right? So you don't want to be a victim of a scam. There's many scammers in this earth. There is full of them. So people can leave their comment. I left this, the comment section open, but please don't be insulting. The person is not doing anything wrong. He is not marrying a child. He is marrying a woman. You know, she is a mature woman. So that is into consideration. And people have the right to get married, regardless who they are, old or young. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, thinking about getting married, that's meaning you're a good person. Otherwise, you will do, you know, you might do the wrong thing, right? So I hope I was able to help you with some answers, which is the questions actually, and you are the one who will find the answer for them. Put all those things together and get the answer for them. Make a, like, let us say, make a book note, and I advise you to write, let us say, notes about action and reaction. Like you gave her a cheap gift. Did she see you cheap or she like it? How she find you in her eyes? Are you a cheapo for her? Did she treat you differently because you did not give her an expensive thing? Did she like you even if you don't have any gift? Are you still welcome? Does she still smile at you and she say, I miss you? Right, you know, take notes. Today I saw her, she said this to me. Second day. So you have to examine things, put them together, and all those things together, they will give you an image. It's like building a wall of images. And then after you put them together, you can come to a conclusion. I told her, by the way, if we marry, and explain to her why, because some they marry for the sake of, you know, I am an old person, I want to be sure that you are not going to be after my money. Are you willing to sign a document says you will not get anything in case of divorce? If she said, sure, I will sign, and she do it, not only say sure, because she can say sure just to make you believe she is trustworthy. That all will be examined when that document in front of her, and you give her the pen. So do it in a legal way. If she agree, she sign. Obviously, she is not after anything you have. And tell her, I will live in your country, not in my country. You will not get residency. You will not get citizenship. You will not get, because many people, they do that. So be smart, be vigilant. And if you ask me, I think it's better for you to get married from a woman. She is younger, yes, no problem, but not way younger. For that will make life way easier for you and for her. She will not feel that's later, after a few years, she made the wrong decision. You are too old for her. When she starts seeing your face changing and your health is not the same, and now she is a person who just bring you water and bills, you know, and drugs to drink, you know, then she will find herself as if she is trapped in a hospital, not in a marriage. So it might be not the case if she is a good woman, but who knows? Those simple things we told you before you get married, you do it, they will tell you what will happen in the future. You know, if she is not thinking about your money, then I think she will not have a problem, because she love you for real, to be a nurse for you. There's many women, you know, her husband, he go in disability, he cannot walk no more, you know, he suffered from an accident, even they are young, and you know, he is in a wheelchair, they don't divorce them, even though he's in a wheelchair. And there is women who their husband is so young, good looking, still they leave him. So it's not like it's not the scenario will repeat itself over and over, but there is always a way to find out tomorrow. Even tomorrow can be very mysterious and nobody knows it save God. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. I apologize again for making the chat disabled so nobody will insult this person. One day you yourself, you might get old and you try to find someone to marry from, and then you will find yourself, by judging people wrongly, you are judging yourself. All of you will get old. Nobody, no exception. Nobody will stay young. No one. And there's many people, they make fun of old people, you know, who getting married from younger women, or the opposite. As long as she's a woman, what's your business? You know, there is certain marriage or obvious that a woman, she is marrying the man because he is rich. It's obvious, but not necessarily everybody do that, right? And even if they do that, I mean, what's my business? The guy, he married a woman, she like him, he like her. For me, I advise the person so he will not be doomed. He will not be thrown homeless in the street. So he will be careful. Otherwise, he might be sorry. Otherwise, you know, nobody knows what marriage can bring, you know. You might marry a woman, she's in your age or younger, 2 years younger, 3 years older, 5 years older, still the marriage will not be successful. Because it's about the quality of the people and their intention of what they want from this. So take the bad reasons from such a relationship and see if the relationship will continue. Thank you all for being here. Leave your comment in the comment section. And again, if there's any bad comment, insulting comment for this person, I will delete it immediately as soon as I see it. And until we see you again, thank you very much. We pray to Christ that all those who need guidance, he will guide them. All of us, sometimes we are confused about what to do, what is right, what's wrong. Sometimes we do, you know, we do the wrong, we think it's right, and this is the problem. Sometimes we do the wrong, and yet we knew it's wrong, and that will be a more better problem because you are driven by, let us say, emotion. You like the person, you are willing to do, even if you know it's not going to be successful. Even maybe you know that this person will take your money, will throw you in the street. Simply you decide to be a fool. Still you do it because you are like under control. You know, you found like an opportunity. Like finally a woman, she is way younger than you. She is calling you honey. She is giving you a hug. She is kissing you. Maybe she is sleeping with you. But if you decide to be a fool, that's your business. And fool, they pay for their foolishness. Be smart, be vigilant, and don't be driven by beauty. And I say the same to the women. If you are marrying the man because of his money, I mean, the same you do to somebody, the same will be done to you. Just wait. You know, this life is kind of funny. People, they think they can get away with bad things they do. No, you don't. Nobody get away with bad things they do. Those who commit crimes, their crimes will follow them. Even in their sleeps, they knew they are guilty. They knew they are filthy. Even you think maybe, like, you know, you're not to be in jail for a crime you commit, etc. But inside you are in jail already. And sooner or later, what you did to people will be done to you. Always evil people, evil come back to them. Always. I never saw actually an evil person. He will not end in a very horrible end. You know, they can do bad things and they think they are getting away with it. And, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years, I'm doing bad things. All those years and nothing happened to me. It's going to come to you like tsunami. All things will come to you together. And then you will be so sorry. But this sorrow will not help. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you all. And again, until we see you soon again, may the Lord bless you and help us to take the right decision in our life, for our family, and for what is good for us and good for others. Take care.